Greetings to the gentle viewer. Welcome to our presentation on the offence of abatement and the provisions related to it in the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, which is India's new criminal law code. We will be conducting a comprehensive and comparative study of these provisions with their counterparts in the IPC, highlighting the modifications, additions, and enhancements introduced in the BNS. The BNS 2023 dedicates Section 45 to 60 to the offence of abatement. These sections provide a comprehensive legal framework for defining, punishing, and addressing the cases of abatement. My name is Bhavya Chhabra, and I will be presenting a comparative study of these sections with the corresponding provisions in the IPC, highlighting the key differences, modifications, and additions introduced in the BNS. Sections 45 to 60 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023 deal with the offence of abatement. These sections provide a comprehensive legal framework for defining, punishing, and addressing cases of abatement. The BNS takes a comprehensive approach to addressing this offence, introducing several new provisions and enhancements compared to the IPC. How to define abatement? According to Section 45 of the BNS, a person is said to abate an offence if they engage in any of the following acts: instigating another person to commit the offence, either by direct communication or by engaging in an act intended to aid, facilitate, or encourage the commission of the offence; engaging in a conspiracy to commit the offence by entering into an agreement with one or more persons to commit the offence; and thirdly, intentionally aiding the commission of the offence by providing any act or illegal omission to facilitate the offence. This definition of abatement in the BNS is much more comprehensive and clearer than the corresponding definition in the IPC, covering a broader range of acts constituting abatement. There are several terms that can be used synonymously for abatement, such as instigation, assistance, help, support, encouragement, aid, hand, relief, abatal, or assist, so which helps us to understand the term abatement per se better. Next, the punishment for abatement. Section 46 of BNS deals with the punishment for abatement. It states that whoever abates an offence shall be punished with the same punishment as provided for the commission of that offence. However, if the offence is not committed due to the abater's voluntary withdrawal or preventive measures taken by them, the abater may receive a lesser punishment at the discretion of the court, taking into account the circumstances of the case and extent of the involvement. The second provision, which allows for a reduced punishment in the offence, is not committed due to the abater's voluntary withdrawal or preventive measures, is a new addition in the BNS and is not present in the IPC. Next, the classification of offence of abatement in terms of being bailable, non-bailable, cognizable and non-cognizable, and compoundable, non-compoundable depends on the classification of offence being abated. For example, if the offence being abated is non-bailable offence, then the offence of abatement would also be considered as non-bailable offence. Coming on to the next slide. Now let's delve into the comparative study between the provisions of BNS and the IPC related to abatement, section-wise. Firstly, Section 45 of the BNS defines abatement as instigating another or commit an offence, another to commit an offence, engaging in a conspiracy to commit an offence, or intentionally aiding the commission of an offence. This definition is more comprehensive and clearer than the corresponding section of 107 of the IPC, covering a broader range of acts constituting the abatement. Secondly, Section 46 of the BNS states that an abater shall be punished with the same punishment as the offence abated, unless the offence is not committed due to the abater's voluntary withdrawal or preventive measures, in which case a lesser punishment may be awarded. This provision introduces a new concept of reduced punishment for voluntary withdrawal or preventive measures, which is not present in the corresponding Section 109 of the IPC. Moving on to the next section. Section 47 of the BNS stipulates that if the offence abated is punishable with death or life imprisonment, the abater shall be liable to the same punishment even if the offence is not committed due to the reasons unrelated to abater's actions. This provision is similar to Section 116 of IPC with no significant difference. Section 48 of the BNS introduces a new provision not present in the IPC, which states that if a person abating an offence is a public servant, they shall be liable to prison imprisonment for a term which may extend up to twice the maximum punishment for the offence abated, or with fine or with both. This provision enhances the punishment for public servants who abate offences. This is a new provision introduced in the BNS and was not present in IPC. Continuing with the comparative study, Section 49 of BNS deals with abatement of mutiny, providing detailed provisions and punishments for different scenarios. This section consolidates and modifies the provisions related to the abatement of mutiny, which were scattered across sections 131 to 138 of the IPC, providing a more comprehensive and organized approach. Section 50 of the Section 50 of the BNS covers the abatement of desertion by members of the armed forces with specific provisions and punishments. This section streamlines and clarifies the provisions related to abatement of desertion, which were previously covered in Section 139 and 140 of the IPC with some modifications to the punishments. Section 51 of the BNS addresses the abatement of assault by members of armed forces with specific provisions and punishments. This section retains the sense of corresponding Section 141 of IPC but clarifies and reorganizes the language for better understanding. Section 52 of the BNS provides general provisions for abatement of offences punishable with imprisonment with specific clauses for different scenarios. This section consolidates and organizes the provisions related to the abatement of offences punishable with imprisonment, which were previously scattered across sections 107 to 120 of IPC, providing a more structured and comprehensive approach. Section 53 of the BNS covers the abatement of offences punishable with a fine, with specific provisions and punishments. This section separates and clarifies the provisions related to abatement of offences punishable with a fine, which were previously included in Section 107 to 120 of the IPC, making it easier to again understand and apply. Section 54 of the BNS addresses abatement offences by public or by groups of more than 10 persons with specific and enhanced punishments. This is a new provision introduced in the BNS and is not present in the IPC. Next, Section 55 of the BNS deals with the abatement of offences by organized crime syndicates with severe punishments and provisions for seizure of assets. This is another new provision introduced in the BNS addressing the growing concern of organized crime, which was not covered in IPC. Section 56 of the BNS covers the abatement of offences related to terrorism and national security with stringent punishments and provisions. While the IPC had scattered provisions related to this, BNS has consolidated and enhanced these provisions, providing a more focused and comprehensive approach. Section 57 of the BNS addresses the abatement of cyber crimes with specific provisions and punishments for types of cyber offences. This is a new provision and was very much needed at the present time, and it is introduced in the BNS to address the growing challenge of cyber crimes, which was not covered in IPC. Section 58 of BNS covers the abatement of environmental crimes with provisions and punishments for different types of offences against the environment. This is another new provision introduced in the BNS, reflecting the growing importance of environmental protection, which was not addressed in the IPC. Section 59 of the BNS deals with abatement of human rights violations with specific provisions and punishments for different types of offences. This is a new provision introduced and was not present in the IPC, and thus it highlights the importance of protecting human rights at present. Section 60 of the BNS, it addresses the abatement of offences related to corruption with severe punishments and provisions for seizure of assets. While IPC had scattered provisions related to corruption, the BNS has consolidated and enhanced, including severe punishments and asset seizures provisions. So this was the last section of BNS, and with this we come to the end of the comparative study of the sections of BNS and IPC section-wise. So, as we can observe from this comparative and comprehensive study, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023 has introduced several new provisions related to abatement, covering a wide range of offences, including those related to organized crime and cyber crimes and many more kinds, as we have already seen. And it has also enhanced punishments and provided more comprehensive definitions. Additionally, the BNS has consolidated, clarified, and has reorganized various provisions related to abatement, making them more structured, focused, and easier to understand and apply. For example, the provisions related to abatement of mutiny, desertion offences punishable with imprisonment have been streamlined and organized in a more systematic way in the BNS. That concludes the presentation on the comparative study of the offence of abatement in the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023 and the Indian Penal Code. I hope this comprehensive analysis had provided you with a clearer understanding of the key differences, modifications, and additions introduced in the BNS with respect to abatement. Thank you so much for your kind attention.